Alright, so Chris has just told me that we've got a leak underneath the car, so we jumped out and had a look, and there's a hole in our water tank. This is the sort of stuff that can happen. So the trailer has snapped the U-bolts and it's pretty much knackered the trailer.
Well, there you have it. Back to sleeping in the back of the car.
I see someone waving at me. I hope that it's you, but who else could it be? I guess it would be nice to belong in your arms. I hope you feel the same way too.
Or we think he's on a good fish?
Welcome back, guys. Welcome to part 2 of the Steep Point adventure. So where we left off last time, we were on the corrugated roads and we were we weren't pumping tyres up, we were letting the tyres down and hitting the soft stuff. So we're going to take it off from there and show you guys what we got up to at Steep Point, some interesting fun facts about Steep Point. Stick around for the fuel usage, all the helpful tips that will make your trip out to Steep Point that little bit easier. Let's get stuck into it.
Well, it's time to put our sticker on the famous turn off to Steep Point. Are there any cool stickers up here? Anyone we know? Ticker off touring. So let's do this.
Alright, so Chris has just told me that we've got a leak underneath the car, so we jumped out and had a look, and there's a hole in our water tank. So that means all of our water's going to drain out. That's a game changer. First time off-road, and that's what happens. Disappointing.
So this stuff will actually set in the presence of water, so we're going to use something like that and
Like some tape up onto it.
tape up, or even if you've got something we can plate it with, we find a spare trailer part that's been littering the road. So,
I reckon it's tape on it.
yeah.
I reckon put a big dollop right in the middle.
You got a silicone gun?
No.
Ah, sick. Let's find a stick. You want some more tape? Tape the edges up.
Fucking knife flies.
I reckon if you run some, dry the edges and whack some tape over the edges as well. Try and seal it up a bit.
Yeah, I can't dry it, that's the problem, it's just leaking out that fast.
Is it?
Passes a bit more. There's actually another leak on the other side as well.
Is it?
Yep.
How the fuck does a rock get up there? Because that's on top of the fuel tank.
On top of the fuel tank, I know.
That's why I thought it might have been like if they welded baffles or something in there, one of the welds had a pinhole or a crack in it.
There's two holes in the tank. One, the tank's split or something, I don't know what it is. And the other one I can't even find. It might be coming out of a weld where they've baffled it down into a low point. So we'll see how much water we got by the end of the day.
On top, man.
And we'll go from there. So now that's around 150 litres of water that is gone. So now we've got to make a decision. I mean, we can camp the night tonight, no worries. We've got lots of bottled water that we can drink and we're going to survive. We've got wet ones to give ourselves a bit of a wipe down before bed. But one little thing like that, 150 litres of water, I almost put a 20 litre jerry can in the back as well, just in case, but we thought 150 would be more than enough, which it would be. But now we've got no water. So that tank, I cannot fix it. I was thinking about putting a screw into the hole and seeing if that would bit of silicone in there, but with it just pouring out, the silicone's just not going to hold it and it's not going to stop the leak. So basically that tank's going to empty itself and I can then fix it with a bit of silicone or a screw with silicone in it. So hasn't ruined the trip. I mean, we can still go out and explore and enjoy it, but hasn't made life easier at the same stage.
It's always good to have a second option for water.
It is. Or I've got two tanks, so one on the headboard, one underneath the canopy. I'm hoping that maybe they're separated, but I don't think they are. I think the headboard feeds into the bottom one, and then the bottom one's fed into the water pump itself. So no water for us. As I have a drink. So we're just on the track out to False Entrance. We're going to go check that out and see what that's all about. So we'll bring you along with us and we'll see you out there.
edge. Oh, beautiful. I don't handle being close to edges. Freaks me out. Kobe, you're not being... You're stressing me out, mate. I can't handle it. You're not throwing a rock over the edge, Lahni. Come on, let's go.
We just went out to the blowholes and false entrance. The blowholes unfortunately wasn't working, but the cliff and all of that looked absolutely amazing. Then we drove through further along from the blowholes and we went through all the false entrance campsites. Yeah, there's no way you'd probably get a caravan in there, but camper trailers and just your ute setup or whatnot is the way to go. So the main reason why I wouldn't get the caravan into the campsites is the sand's a little bit boggier. There's a lot of sand dunes and it's very tight. Even getting into some of the campsites, it's a little bit tighter than what you'd like for a caravan. A smaller caravan or a hybrid, maybe, but that's if the Ranger lets you as well. So this main road is rock solid, hard as a rock. Yeah, easy to drive on. I've been in two-wheel drive most of the time except for one hill climb. Now the reason why I'm trying to give you as much information as possible, so before we come out here, I was YouTubing, I was doing everything to find out if I could get my caravan out to Shelter Bay, and there wasn't much information. A few people had got caravans out there, but it wasn't great information, so I'm trying to help everybody else have the information before they come out like what we did. Now we'll make our way out to Steep Point and show you that way. This is the sort of stuff that can happen. So the trailer has snapped the U-bolts and it's pretty much knackered the trailer. So what they've done is taken everything out of their trailer, and to get it off this track, because this track is only one way, they've just flipped the trailer on its wheels, on its lid, so that it's off the track and people can still get through. So that's how bad this road can be for trailers, and even a small trailer like this, accidents can happen. And yeah, so now they've got people going to their camp, dropping off all of their stuff, and then coming back to pick up all of his stuff. So we're going to give him some water and see if we can help him out somehow, but yeah, it's not a track to be messed around with.
Alright, so we're giving the guy a lift with his boat, and we're going to get the boat.
Actually, we're
To
going to go
our
over
campsite.
and under.
And yeah, he can pick it up from our campsite tonight.
Yeah, we'll drag it close.
Just so that he's got no way of getting his boat to Steep Point, so because his trailer's flipped. So yeah, I'm just helping him out.
Hopefully it's not too wide for the loader.
Unfortunately, the boat doesn't fit on Chris's Tanya's loader, so boat loader. So yeah, we're not going to be able to help them get it out there, unfortunately.
That just goes to show that you spend all that time working, you spend all that time saving, and you don't do the right maintenance or bring the right equipment out on a special trip like this, and it can ruin your whole trip. So that's why you've got to do the maintenance and the safety check before you go. That trailer has cost them their whole weekend or week now, however long they're out here. So this track isn't to be messed with. It is a serious corrugated track, especially after a long weekend. So you should do some homework before you come out. Hopefully this video can help you with that. Okay, so we were thinking about bringing our van down here, and we rang the ranger up and they turned around and said no big vans allowed. And the first few bits of road I was questioning it, thinking we'll be able to get our van down here easy, but now I can see why. It is pretty boggy at the moment. It's very corrugated, it's hard to build up speed, and the road is very narrow. So I don't think we'd be able to get our van down here, but like I said, the smaller hybrid ones and the camper trailers, definitely 100%. So getting a caravan to Shelter Bay, can you do it? Yes, you probably could if you wanted to ruin your gear and ruin the track. It is, when we were going through there, it was corrugated, it was bumpy, it was lumpy, you couldn't get momentum up. The sand isn't overly boggy, but yeah, just you cannot build speed up, and dragging a big caravan, especially a 23 foot like what we've got, it wasn't going to happen. So I'm glad I didn't take it out there and get to that point and have to turn around. So if you're thinking of dragging a caravan out there, speak to the ranger first, because they don't allow it because of the track, and you don't want to be that guy that blocks off the whole track, because it's one way in and one way out. So the trip out there alone from Hamelin Station for us took between 3 to 3.5 hours. That's just to go from Hamelin Station all the way to Steep Point and back to Shelter Bay at our campsite. So if you're thinking of doing a day trip, it's a 6-hour drive just from Hamelin Station alone, let alone exploring and seeing everything along the way. So keep that in mind. All this hard road, and that's the reason why we do it. It's so beautiful. Well, I wasn't sure if I was going to put the boat in because it's a lot of work for 2 days. But looking at that water, we're putting the boat in.
Yeah, we are, Daddy.
Look at it. Is that a stingray cruising past there?
Yeah, it looks like it. Big one.
The GoPro won't pick it up, but... Alright, we've made it. We're at the most westerly point in Australia. We've driven the big rig all the way here. The little tinny's made it. Have a look. There she is. Steep Point, mainland Australia's most westerly point. How good is that? Woo-hoo-hoo! Alright, lots of people have come out. We put our little sticker there, just to show that we've made it. What do you reckon, Chris?
A long drive. Probably can't say that on camera, can I?
Driving.
Clearly an amateur.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we've made it. Both cars at the sign. What do you reckon, Chris?
A lot of corrugations and a long way for a few photos, but it's worth it.
Totally. Totally worth it. Get out to Steep Point, guys.
interested in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody is losing. Faces merchant change, but your face remains the same. The swallows will be here by dawn. When we're finally sober, they'll be gone. The trees will bloom and ice will melt. We'll always remember how it felt. A significant life, just what it was needed.
Alright, so one thing that I just want to add in here is when you drive in, up and down the hills and you're almost at Shelter Bay, the ranger station, you have to pull in. So you turn right, you drive into the ranger station, there's a little pullover window there, and you check in. You check in that you're here, that your campsite's booked, and you've got your proof of booking. And then while we're there, we mentioned to him that our water tank got a hole in it. And he offered us, he said, I've got heaps of water out here. You're more than welcome to come and help yourself. So yeah, if we ever felt as though that we were down on water, we could have driven the car up, filled up the tank so that it stopped at that leaking point, silicone the hole at the bottom, and the hole at the top, we could have just stopped it out there, and it would have given us about another 60 or 70 litres of water. In the end, we didn't need it, and we survived with what we've got. But if we're in dire straits, the ranger station is out there, and he said that we can have as much water as we want due to the problems that we had. So yeah, we weren't in dire straits, and the ranger out there is an awesome dude. So yeah, go and see the ranger, check in, and if you've got any problems, I'm sure they'll help you guys out too. Sweet. That was the most westerly point, and this is our rest point. So we're in bay number 1, it's called Turtle. And yeah, we just get the car in. It's nice. The inches have just pulled up to have some lunch. But check this out. Woo-hoo-hoo! Right on the beach. Now it's time to get that boat off, get it in the water, and catch some dinner. Alright, that's camp set up for tonight. Ready?
Yep.
Dad boards are on point, boys.
You don't get a body like this by exercising and dieting. I can tell you that.
So all up, it takes us about half an hour, babe, to set up the boat.
Spotted some dolphins, girls are fishing, kids are swimming, spotted a shark, caught a fish. Life couldn't get any better.
Well, the inches have just left, so we're here on our own now. Jade's cooking up some dinner. I just took Chris out for a quick fish, caught a couple of not so good fish, and yeah, we're just having dinner. So sun's going down behind us, the boat's in the water. It's good, it's really good. It's so peaceful out here. So the meals are pretty basic. Just cooked up some steak, some Alfredo pasta, and that's dinner. Quick, easy, and still delicious. hopefully tomorrow night it'll be fish.
So the plan tonight is we've taken out Lahni's car seat. We're going to flip these back seats up. I'm going to turn this into mine and Miss Little Lahni's bed, even though she thinks she's sleeping in the swag. But let's see how it goes.
I don't want it to do.
There you have it. Back to sleeping in the back of the car, where it first started for me.
Mommy?
Oh God, I cannot believe I'm sleeping there tonight. Ah, she'll be right. Looking forward to it. What did you find, mate?
I just found it buried up on the top here, so I thought I might dig it out.
That's a big cone shell.
It is. Hello!
Derek on all fours, doing some cleaning where he should be.
Yep. Good morning. Wow. A double swag with 2 kids isn't exactly comfortable, but it was sleep nonetheless. How was your sleep, love?
I slept on a bit of plastic
Bit of plastic.
in my back, had no blanket, and the mosquitoes ate me alive because I couldn't sleep with the windows up.
Wow. Good times all around. Maybe we need to buy another swag or something like that. Jade's already made her morning coffee. I don't do coffee. I don't like it. Sun's just come up. We watched a sunrise, which was awesome. And today on the cards, we got a little bit of fishing. So hopefully we can get out there and catch some fish. Now when we rocked up yesterday, obviously the hole in the water tank, it was still leaking, and I thought, why don't we just try and save as much as we can? And we've got this big bucket here. So I quickly turned the water pump on, filled up the bucket as much as we could. We used it as a shower last night. There was some water still left in the tanks that I was filling up my drink bottle with and using. But we woke up this morning and half of our bucket of water is full of bugs. Have a look. So that water's all that we've got to last us for the rest of today, tonight, and then we'll pack up and go tomorrow. So we might just have to scrape these bugs off and just use it to soak ourselves to get the salt water off us. It's all good. Well, the wind hasn't died off. It's blowing a fair easterly, which isn't a great breeze for here. But we're going to go out in the boat. There's a lot of other boats out fishing at the moment, so I don't know if it's bite time or they're just doing it because they're here. But I figured we're not out there giving it a go. We're not out there giving it a go. We're not going to catch nothing. So yeah, let's go and give it a go. There's a lot of goes there. So show us what you got, sweetie.
A fish.
Kitty is a little bit too small, otherwise we could have eaten him.
He's got red all inside of his mouth.
Yeah. That little fish that Peyton just caught was a blue spotted emperor. They need to be 280 mil, and that one was 260 mil. So he just got put back in the water. And we'll go back and try again. Nice eating though. Drop it down.
Or we think he's on a good fish? Yeah, can we take him to the beach now? I'm not snagged. I'm on a fish. Yeah, I'm recording. Whoa. No, I don't. I still have it. Come on, Kobe.
Come on, buddy.
Mommy, I'm letting it run. It is strong. I give. No, he just lost it. I lost everything. What happened, Dad?
Okay, so this feels really rough. And see how this bit's peeled back and it's like half of the thickness of the fishing line? That means it's either a shark or it was rubbing on reef.
I'm pretty sure it was a shark.
Yeah, it looked pretty big. I've seen the rod fighting.
Yeah.
So you might have either had a fish or your sinker was snagged or it was a shark, mate.
It was probably a shark. Well, if it was a shark, Kobe, you did pretty good.
Yeah.
What you got, Dad? I got it myself. I was on a big fish snag.
That is a good tasting fish. I told you that was going to be the drop.
Yes.
I don't know.
What trouble have you got yourself into this time?
None. He's gone.
What trouble have you got yourself into this time, Daddy?
Just caught myself a gurnard fish. Don't ever get spiked by one of these because they will put you in a world of pain. The fishing was pretty disappointing. Just catching crappy fish to eat after crappy fish to eat. So we decided we'll come back, we'll get some lunch, and hopefully the wind dies down a bit because it's still blowing a fair bit. The forecast didn't predict this. It said that it was going to be alright. But then's the breaks. I just wanted to touch on something while we're out here free camping, or off-grid camping with just the car, and we're relying completely on the car. So I have a 200 amp hour lithium Enerdrive battery and the full Enerdrive system, the DC to DC, all of that stuff. And when we drove out here yesterday, we were on 100%, and we're now down to 55%. So we're down to 49% when we woke up. And I've got the Enerdrive 120 watt hard mounted solar panel up the top, and I've got my 120 watt blanket sitting on the floor there. And we are pumping in 12.3 amps, so not a great deal, and the fridge is using 3.3 amps. Now when we start cooking and stuff like that, it obviously draws it down a fair bit. So I just wanted to put it out there. I don't think 200 is enough for the battery. If I had my time again, I would either go 2 200s or 1 300. I've had nothing but trouble. So I've only got one fridge running. So the beer fridge, which is here, isn't even turned on. Hasn't been turned on for a week. And my battery's still going down. So I just want to put it out there. I don't think that 200 amp is enough in a canopy, especially if you use it as much as what we do. I think, yeah, either 300 or 400 is the go. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
Balancing on a weary line, too scared to trust you and jump down. I'll keep my status quo up here, won't let anybody come near. I'll fix it on my own. 29 years I've been the same, Trying so hard to run from shame. But how long can I keep up the pace? To fool myself, I don't need grace. Will you be there to catch my fall? Need to be sure you'll hear my call. Darkness around me and I don't know why it's so hard to let go. Why it's so hard to let go. I know I'll meet you down the line. You'll ask why I wasted my time. And I'll say I didn't know better, but the truth is I was weak and scattered, afraid of the blame. 29 years I've been the same, trying so hard to run from shame.
Alright, so just wanted to let you know that they have toilets out here as well. So they've got long drop toilets situated every 4th camp or so. So every 4th camp shares it. And there's a few outcrop camps that have got their own as well. So that helps you out. Toilet papers was stocked. It was pretty clean for a drop toilet. So yeah, hope that helped you. The camps are situated anywhere between 50 metres apart up to 100 metres apart. And there's spread all along the beach like where we were staying. It is simply amazing. So I hope that helps you guys. We are gonna go to Dirk Hartog Island. So we wanted to get there. We tried booking, but it was fully booked out. Got a mouthful of bush barrier. Whew. So yeah, we're gonna take the boat, go and sail over to Dirk Hartog Island, touch our feet on it, and say that we've been there.
And we might go for a swim.
We might go for a swim over there. We'll see what it's looking like. Hopefully the flies aren't as bad over there, even though it's literally just across there. See how it is. Where are we going, son?
Dirk Island.
Dirk Island.
Dirk Island we're going. It's not Dirk Hartog. We're just going to Dirk Island today.
What? I thought it was Dirk Island.
Dirk Hartog, here we come. We made it. We're on Dirk Hartog, or Dirk as Kobe says. We're here. Let's go and check it out. It's already cooler. Oh, it's beautiful. Island life. So much better. So, Dirk Hartog Island, found by Dirk himself in 1616. And then people put goats and sheep on there, and 2018 they finally got rid of all the goats and sheep, and it's back to a full proper wildlife, back to the original 1616 wildlife. Amazing, great job. That is absolutely astonishing. So here we are. Woo! Some fun facts about Dirk Hartog Island. So the island is the biggest island in WA. It is 76 kilometres long, 11 kilometres wide, but only 3 kilometres wide at its narrowest point, which is insane. I did not know that. It has 200-metre high cliffs, a coloured lake, sand dunes, blowholes, and some awesome fishing. The best time to visit Steep Point and Dirk Hartog Island is April to September when the winds are low and the animals are out and about, and May to July seems to be the best fishing. In between the island and the mainland is kind of a natural shark nursery, especially for tiger sharks. So be aware of that, as there are lots of sharks out and about, as we found. It doesn't get much deeper than 10 metres as you cross from mainland through to Dirk Hartog Island, and there is a lodge on there that provides some bits and pieces for you. And the best thing about it is only 20 vehicles are allowed to be on the island at any time, but you need to pre-book the campgrounds and the barge trip before you get out there. Well, we decided just to go around for a cruise after we went to Dirk Hartog, just to see the coastline. The marshal eyes were getting to us that bad, we just didn't want to be on land. And we found some huge bommies, like 10 metres offshore, and we are catching fish. We're catching blue spotted emperor, and the minimum size limit is 280, and all of ours... Oh, Lahni's excited. All of ours are around 300. So bag limit's 3. We've got our 3. And yeah, we're just having fun while the sun goes down. Beautiful time to fish.
Don't touch my truck.
Woo, 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 woo. Alright, I'm going to drive to the spot. Jade, Peyton and Kobe are all going to drop in, and we'll see how long it takes them to catch a fish. Alright, so when we get to the spot, I'll hit record as they drop in. Alright, they've all dropped.
Kobe, you haven't got any bait.
Yeah,
Yes,
Kobe's got bait.
Oh, I need to cut that big fish.
Alright, not as fast as what I'd hoped.
Daddy, I need that.
Oh no, you can't touch the knife, or...
No, but there are big fish.
No. Daddy will cut the bait.
I'm on.
Oh, Peyton's on. No.
No.
Well, that was an epic fail.
You are on and I want it in. Oh, I'm on.
There we go. That's a good fish.
It's a trumpeter.
No.
I can see the one. I'm on.
Mum's on. There we go.
Now just...
44 seconds. Oh, she's pulled too hard. Don't pull it so
it's
hard.
not a trumpeter.
No, it's a pink snapper.
Pink snapper.
Little baby pink snapper. What's Mum got?
Mummy caught one of the fish that we got.
Lahni caught a emperor.
Ah, blue spotted emperor.
Oh, and it just got off.
Oh, you didn't get it on the boat.
Okay, good job.
Doesn't
Mummy.
count.
Daddy, what do I do with this? It's bleeding.
Show me the colours of it in the sun. Look at those beautiful colours. Alright, let's get it back in the water. Jade's on.
Wait, I'm tired. Not too tired.
What a fishing session. Little pinkies and emperors. Go, Mum. What have you got?
Cooking ourselves as well.
Oh, another blue spotted emperor. Everybody on one side of the boat at once, eh?
Oh, he's really swallowed that hook.
Oh, we have to chop the line and put a new hook on.
Come on, get him in the water
That's
quickly.
a really good size. Good job. Well, that's fishing done. Beautiful sunset, dolphins, a good feed. Let's go back to the car and cook up and go to sleep.
I never thought that I would be traveling this road. keeps missing, the clouds seem to fade. And every occasion I whisper your name. I'm happy to hear that you'll still be around. I thought you were leaving without a sound. In my little world, you are both pros and cons. It's hard to admit when you feel you don't belong. So tell me, are you still in there? As beautiful as you are, you just don't know how far. In this world I'll be right by your side with arms. Even if you don't want, you wrote your name in my heart. You're out where you're laughing, the curls in your hair. I wish that I could tell you how much I really care.
Good morning. Look at this sunrise. Not only do you get epic sunsets, you get epic sunrises here. How many places can you say have them both? So bloody lucky to be here. Well, today is our last day here. Day number 3. So we've got to pack up everything and head home. Head back to the caravan, sort all of our lives out, get everything packed back where it should be, clothes washed, and hit the road for another adventure. It's been such an awesome time here. Can't wait to come back, to be honest with you. Yeah, look at that sunset. Sunrise, sunrise. Sunsets in the afternoon, sunrises in the morning. I'll get it right eventually.
Make sure you leave no trace behind. Everything is gone. Say goodbye to this beautiful place. Steep Point, you have stole my heart. It's beautiful.
facts and figures time. So, sorry to make you wait so long to the end of the video, but from Hamelin Station to Steep Point, so the most westerly point, is roughly about 160 to 170 k's, and that's just directly there. So that's not going a false entrance and exploring other roads and stuff like that, like what we did. So we've probably done about 180, 190 k's out, and obviously back to Hamelin Station. Now we started off, like I said last week, with a full tank of fuel. 220 odd litres is roughly what my car carries, and we used about a quarter of a tank, so about 60 odd litres. Now that roughly equates to around the 350-400 kilometre mark of travel, but obviously off-road, slow going, four-wheel driving, so your fuel consumption does go up a bit. So yeah, we had a full tank and probably didn't need it. So if you've got a full tank of fuel, you probably get away with it out there, unless you go to Dirk, and then you probably should take some jerry cans if you haven't got a long range fuel tank. But for those with long range fuel tanks, yeah, fill her up and you're good to go anywhere. Those without them, standard tanks, if you've got about 100 to 130 litres, you should be good, but just err on the air of caution. You know what your car does. If not, learn it before you go out and four-wheel drive. So yeah, that's the fuel consumption for my car and what we did out there. Hope it helps that tiny little bit. Well, that one wraps up this episode, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed something a little bit different, away from the caravan, camping down the beach, in our swag, Jade in the back of the car, boat in the ocean. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe. See you next week. You.
Never thought that I would be traveling this road. Clouds seem to fade, and every occasion I whisper your name. I'm happy to hear that you'll still be around. I thought you were leaving without a sound. In my little world, you are both pros and cons. It's hard to admit when you feel you don't belong. So tell me, are you still in there? As beautiful as you are, you just don't know how far. In this world I'll be right by your side with arms, even if you don't want. You wrote your name in my heart. You're out where you're laughing, the curls in your hair. I wish that I could tell you how much I really care. Your harmless desire, the tip of your tongue, all of your bruises and all of your fun. Tell me, are you still in here? As beautiful as you are, you just don't know by far. In this world I'll be right by your side with arms, even if you don't want. You wrote your name in my heart. world I'll be right by your side with arms. Even if you don't walk, you wrote your name in my heart.
Just want to say as well, it's probably common sense to most people, but let your tyres down. So if you're going over corrugations, drop them down. I've dropped mine down to probably just under half, and I'll see how that is, and then if I adjust from there. But a lot of people we've seen come down this corrugated track didn't let their tyres down at all, rocked up here, let them down a little bit, and then took off. The corrugations happen from people not letting their tyres down. So let your tyres down. Easy.